Alright, hello everybody that's tuning in. This is the League of Extraordinary Investigators playing Arkham Horror, the card game. This is the third scenario in the Parta Carcosa campaign. I'm playing Mark Harrigan, and let me just switch in game. Cool, there we are. So yeah, I'm playing Mark. Last two haven't been too bad. I had 3 experience to spend on my deck this time. I picked up a nice new gun, so everything is set up. I'm going to go ahead and draw my opening hand, and we'll see how we go. Alright, so get rid of those 2. I don't think I'm going to need Steadfast to start out with. I'll keep the money. Draw 4 more and see how we do. No weapon, but lots of clue getting and some horror healing, which seems pretty good to me. I'm just going to double check and see if I had any trauma. I did. I was defeated by horror in Curtain Call, so I got 3 trauma on me, and we also added 2 cultist tokens to the bag because last time I chose to burn the house down. So let me throw these back, give it a shuffle. I haven't put these out yet, so I'm going to shuffle all of those, shuffle the encounter deck, and we'll put some locations down here. And so what we're kind of doing in this one, for anyone who is not familiar with it, is exploring an old museum and trying to find a bunch of clues before some cultists get them, and that's what we're doing. So scene of the crime is no good at the moment, so I will probably get my first starting resources. I'm going to move into one of these side rooms. My first action. I'll get a turn tracker up in a minute. Okay, so that's 1 clue and 2 shroud. So I'm going to pay 2 to grab my flashlight. My second action. Last action, I'm going to investigate with my flashlight. So anything but the tentacle. Great, cultist is good. So we get our 1 clue. It's my first turn finished. Let me just grab a timer. There we go. Okay, so that was turn 1. Okay, so there are no enemies, so we'll go to upkeep. Act of Desperation, that's a good time, and we'll get some money. Mythos phase, we skip adding Doom to the agenda for this scenario, but I'll go ahead and pull. Okay, so I've got to test 4 intellect for each I fail by place a clue on my location. I sort of don't mind failing this one. Doesn't seem like taking a bunch of damage is worth it. I am a 2 on 4, so we'll just go 2 on 4, I think. -0. I still fail. That's okay. So I could have dropped my clue on the location. That goes away. And this is turn 2. Okay, so first action, I'm going to spend another token to get my clue back. Shame that we have to do that, but that's the way it is. Second, I'm going to move here. Third, I'm going to move over to this room. Okay, so 4 shroud, 1 clue. Exhaust an ally to discover a clue at this location. I don't have any allies yet. That's fine. So we'll do upkeep in the absence of any enemies. There's a weapon. Get some money. Then we'll do Mythos. Led astray. Place one of my clues on a cultist enemy or place one doom on the current agenda. Well, it's going to have to be the doom, unfortunately. Okay, and the threshold is 2, so that puts us in a slightly precarious position, but not to worry. Okay, so I could burn my last... I sort of want some enemies now, because I've got these 2 scene of the crimes. Do I leave that there for now? So the problem is, if fanatics come out one of the enemies, after a clue is put onto an enemy, it turns straight into doom, which means clues go away, and then also there's more doom, so that's not great. So, I could use Sophie to get to 4 on 2. That seems reasonable. So first action, I'm going to use my flashlight to drop the shroud to 2. I'm now 2 on 2. I'm going to take a damage, which draws me a card. Does that exhaust? No. So then I'll go 4 on 2. Fails, of course. So what I'm going to do then is pay 3 to get my guard dog out, and then I'm going to use my last action, exhaust my guard dog to pick up this clue instead. So still worked out okay. Still no enemies, so we'll go straight to upkeep. Take the initiative, that'll be nice. Then we go to round 4. Draw a card. A locked door goes to the location with the most clues. So what I'll probably do is actually stick that down here at the entry hall. So that's pretty much a freebie for us. Okay, do I go and get my gun down now, or do we keep on going? I think... yeah, I think I'm going to do that. First action, I'm just going to use my money, get my gun down. Second, we'll move here, and then third, we're going to move up to the 2nd floor. So there are no clues here either. Cool. No enemies still. Okay, we get shell shock. For every 2 damage, I take 1 horror. I only have 1 damage, so that whiffs. Great timing on that. Get our money, and then we'll go around to the next round. This surges, so that does nothing because I've only got 1 horror. Searches again. And then we get an acolyte at an empty location. So we'll stick him there. Now, do these reveal themselves? I don't think. Oh, when an enemy spawns at this location, reveal it. So that is a yes. And that is a 2. So that would have been a good one for a flashlight. I do have another one, so maybe I can get my 2nd flashlight. Okay, so... or I just let him hit me once. I could finish my turn there and then just use Scene of the Crime to pick it up. Seems like a bit of a waste. I think we can probably... I'd just be going 2 on 2 for that. That's a tricky one, because I can't modify my... I can't modify that, so I'll just probably leave that for the flashlight, actually. Oh, but if I don't kill this acolyte, we're going to advance this turn. Alright, so I'm going to have to move in. I'm going to move in. First action, second action. Well, second action, actually, my guard dog can take the hit from him and then just kill the acolyte in one go. So I could just have a cheeky 2 on 2 investigate. And see if that works. We'll do that. So I'm going to investigate. I pay the cost first. So the acolyte's going to hit me. My dog's going to tank that. Team goes away. Acolyte goes away. Then we go 2 on 2. Very nice. I'll actually grab that clue. So we're up to 3. We only need 2 for this. I can't remember what happens when we get to 2. Just checking to see that I didn't go upstairs before I was allowed. I haven't played this all that much. I might go ahead and spend my 2 clues now before I lose any. So we'll do that. So, okay, you can pause and read that if you like. But basically the crux is, for each revealed historical society location, I'm going to add 2 clues up to its maximum. And the next is 2 clues as well. So what that means is we're going to put a clue here, and a clue back here where we just got one. That's all historical society. Yep. Great. So what I'll do is I'll stay here, because that way if an enemy comes out, I can put them on my location, and then, well, let's see. If it's a fanatic, they'll turn that clue into a doom, which sucks. Do I just have another? What I'm going to do for my last action is actually play emergency cash so that I'm back up to 4. That seems like a good thing to do. Then enemies are gone, so we'll upkeep. Draw a card, that's another cash. Then we'll go to the next round. Acolyte. It has to be empty, unfortunately, so I can't even put him where I am and use scene of the crime. Cool. And so he arrived in the library, which is round 3. 2 clues. After you successfully investigate, take 2 horror. So what I'd actually like to do is, if I can scene of the crime something there and pick up clues without getting any horror. So maybe this time I do just let the agenda tick over so that I can scene of the crime this acolyte next time. I definitely don't hate that. But what do I do? So drawing thin is in my deck, which means I'll have to discard a bunch of cards. So maybe I just money up and then move in. Let's do that. So I'll cash 1, 2, 3, and I'll move twice. So that I end up in the library. Acolyte's going to engage me. He's going to hit me in the enemy phase for 1. I'll just take the damage. After damage is placed on... Oh, I forgot to draw for guard dog, but that's gone now. I always forget Mark's reaction ability. Always, always, always. I can draw a card now. Do I want to draw a card? Yeah. On the hunt. That's actually pretty good. I might use that. So I took damage. I'm not going to guard dog back this one. Then we go to upkeep and I draw. I've had worse. Get a resource. Get my things back. Okay. Next round. The agenda is going to advance. Come on, TTS. It's lagging again, even though my computer is stupidly powerful. Okay, so for this, we just shuffle the discard pile back in. And then it's 2 doom again. Cool. Okay, so now I need to pull an encounter card. We'll get a locked door. Locked door is going to go where we are, because that's where there are most clues. It cannot be investigated, but actually this is going to work real nice. So, scene of the crime. I'm not investigating, so I'm going to use my first action, 2 resources to play scene of the crime. Just about my favourite card in Guardian. That's going to let me pick up 2 clues. I could bash the locked door down, but there's no need to at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll move out of the room, which is going to basically kill my guard dog because the acolyte's going to attack it. I put a damage on a card, so I get to pick up fine clothes, and that's me there. Do I spend my 2 clues again now? I could do, couldn't I? Let's do that. So I'll spend 2 clues to advance the act. Okay, so we're going to restock the clues again, and then Mr. Peabody and the hidden library are going to come out. So hidden library is there, and here's Mr. Peabody, or Mr. Peabody if you're feeling fancy. I'll stick the hidden library over here. So this isn't connected to anything first. He does take the ally slot, so our canine friend's going to go away. So I can spend an action and exhaust him to choose a location, and that gets the passageway trait. And so passageway is basically you make a secret passage to move into the hidden library. Locations with the passageway trait are connected, and then I need to get 3 clues and go to the hidden library to spend those clues. Okay, is there more stuff that I want to do? So I still have 1 clue. I could go into the hidden library now and try and get 2 clues in there. I mean, I'll be doing this really quick. The only problem is I'll get very little experience, I think, if I just finish this. But then I also could just get it done and out of the way. I don't have another flashlight, so I'm not going to go there. I think we'll just go upstairs. I like that. We'll explore a little bit more before we go. I'll stick that over there. Cool. So that was my last action. Then we'll go to upkeep because there are no enemies. Draw home front, get some money. Then we'll go to Mythos. I draw a hunting shadow, spend a clue or take 2 damage. I think I'll actually spend the clue because I think we're doing alright here. I must remember that I've got on the hunt, particularly if I can get to a clue location. Play on the hunt and scene of the crime is a really nice combination. So I think we'll choose one of these. Okay. While an investigator at this location controls Mr. Peabody, it gets -2 shroud. Fantastic. So this is actually a 2 shroud, 2 clues. So first action, I'm actually going to investigate weird, take the initiative because my hand's getting pretty big. So that's going to put us up to a 5 on 2. That is a -0, so we get 1 clue. So now I'm back to 2 on 2, unless I throw something in. Or take a damage. Let's do that. I'm going to investigate again, take a damage, which draws us a card. Prepare for the worst. Then I am 4 on 2. Cultist is a 2, so we pass. Grab that clue. So there are no victory point locations. Again, if I was more familiar with this, I think the hidden library is victory points. So maybe... Well, let's see. I've only got... I've only got 1 action left. Let's go ahead... Oh, I'd need 2, wouldn't I? I need to use 1 action to make it a secret location, and I need to use another one to move there. So I'll hold on. I don't remember there being any parlay tests in here. But there's probably no point in me moving out of here. So actually what I'm going to do is I will play Hallowed Mirror before I lose it somehow. That gets me 2 Soothing Melodies in my hand now, and the other 2 shuffle into my deck. Okay, that's the end of my turn. No enemies, so we'll go to Upkeep. Draw a Soothing Melody. Promise I shuffled. Then we go around to turn number 9. Pull a False Lead. It's going to gain Surge, because I have no clues. We pull the King's Edict. There are no cultists in play, so that gets discarded. Led Astray, I must either place a clue, so that's going to put a doom on the current agenda. That puts us up to 1 of 2. That's right, on the hunt, I can remember. So actually that's what we'll do. First action, I'm going to use Mr. Peabody to... my location actually already has a passageway, so I could have moved in last turn. But that's fine. So, what I might do actually is first action, I'm going to use one of my Soothing Melodies to heal 1 horror and 1 damage. And that draws me a card. Did I definitely shuffle? It's a bit sus that I pulled both of those off the top. Alright, I don't remember either way. I'm not going to go back and try and remedy it. If I did forget, then penalise as necessary. So first action I healed. Second action I'm going to move into the hidden library over here. 3 clues. While an enemy is moving, hidden library gains the passageway trait. Oh, I see. Right, so I used Mr. Peabody to give the hidden library. Again, I tell you, I'm not... Yeah, choose locations here ready. So what I've done is given hidden library -1 shroud. I didn't use him, did I? Okay. Here we go. Cool, that's right. So first action I healed myself. Then I used Mr. Peabody to give the hidden library passageway. Then I used my last action to move it in. So that's all good. Cool. Then we'll do Upkeep. Evidence and some money. I also need to get rid of some cards, so we'll lose Fine Clothes. Then we go to 10. So this is where I will pay 1 to play On the Hunt. So I'm going to search the top 9 cards of the encounter deck for an enemy. And it spawns in at my location if I am correct. Let me just double check that before I do it. Spawn it engage with you instead of its normal spawn location. So even better. What we'll do is we'll grab one of those little weedy acolytes, shuffle those. Weedy acolyte is going to spawn on us there. He has a doom, but that's not a problem. Great. So, first action, I'm going to pay 2, place scene of the crime, pick up 2 clues. So we have enough to advance now, because I'm in the hidden library and I've got 4 clues. If I can find a way to get this last clue, which actually I think I have. So second action, let's kill the acolyte. So I am 5 on 3. I'm going to just the cult doesn't give me a plus, does it? Oh, here's what we'll do. I'm going to throw my flashlight at him as my second action. So that is going to give me 2 resources. So it's going to give me plus 2, because that's how much the flashlight costs. So that puts me up to 7 on 3. That succeeds. So flashlight goes away. I get my money back. Acolyte dies. I'm going to pay 1 to play evidence, because I just defeated an enemy at my location. Pick up the last clue. And then I'll spend 3 and advance the final act. So that was quick. I don't think I made too many big mistakes there. Did miss 1 draw, and I think that was about it. So do we take the clasp with black onyx? I think... No, I can't remember if that gives you doubt or conviction. I'm currently on 1 conviction, I think. I'm just going to check. I'm on 1 conviction. So I'm actually going to check that. I'll choose whichever resolution sends me further down the conviction path, because that's my plan. I think we take the onyx, but I'll double check that. As far as victory points, I think it's only victory 2, unless there's any that I get from the resolution. So I'm gonna check those now. There's echoes, resolutions. Okay, R1 is take it. Yeah, that was my instinct. Okay, so we're going to take the clasp. There are no coincidences when it comes to the King in Yellow. There is no doubt in your mind that the object you found is important. You decide to take it with you before continuing your investigation. The last record you find related to the original production of the King in Yellow is a psychiatric evaluation of one Daniel Chesterfield, a stagehand who lost his wits after the final show. It seems he was admitted to the asylum after the production ended. Perhaps he's still there. ... Okay, so we're going to take the Onyx clasp. We're going to get 1 more conviction. I'm going to get 2 experience, and we stay at 2 cultists. Yep, there was no more XP on any of those. Okay, 2 XP. We didn't see any of the big bads. That was super quick, but you know, I'm just going to take a quick win. Thanks for anybody that tuned in. I hope that's not too hard to score, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.